guys, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. In this week's video, we are going to be talking about tiny house noises. If you guys are interested in moving into a tiny house, you're going to want to know what some of these noises are so that you can either prevent them or just learn to deal with them. A lot of these noises may not have to do with your tiny houses because, of course, not all of you have pets, and a couple of my noises have to do with my cats, so they are going to be included, but it'll give you a good idea of what you can hear throughout your house. So let's get started right away, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. We are going to start with my ceiling fan. My ceiling fan is almost running all the time, but if I want to choose to turn it off because of dust, then I will. But I do sleep with it at night, and it is running all day, and you can hear a heavy whirring sound, as you guys can hear right here. If that's a white noise, which is really good for like background sleeping, some of you like fans and stuff like that, that is something that could help. So moving on to number 2. My space heaters would be another thing that you can hear when they are running, especially if they are on high. And if you are in the office, you can hear them. If you're in the bedroom, you can hear them. And if you're in the office, you can also hear the one in the bathroom. So as you guys could hear right here, you guys can hear the space heaters. And again, if you want to use that as white noise, that's perfectly fine for sleeping or whatever, because it does put out heat and air, so, you know, it's got double uses to it. Moving on, when I had my drips in my mini split and I was sleeping at night, I put a bucket underneath the drip so that it can catch the drips. Whenever my mini split was on and that thing dripped, that's all you can hear throughout the house was drips. Not all of you are going to have problems with your mini split, but it is something that is inside the house, so if something does go wrong with it and it starts leaking, you're going to have to deal with that problem one way or another. Cats playing and cats meowing. I don't know whether it's my cats or every cat, but when I'm sleeping at 4 o'clock in the morning, these cats want to run around the house and sit there and meow. I don't understand why they choose the middle of the night to do this. I end up waking up. And again, if you guys don't have pets, the cat's meow or a bark is not going to wake you up, so you don't have to worry about that. But this is something that keeps me up in my house because there is no other room for me to sleep in. There is no door for me to close, so I hear this throughout my whole house. Speaking of cats, I have a storage staircase with a door on it, and within that door is a litter box where the cats go to the bathroom. The builder did not put a second screw in, so for the longest period of time, my cat Rocky would try to cover up his waste by banging on the door, and because the screw was missing, this would happen. And you could just hear him, and he does it to egg you on, and it's not cool. So again, this might not be something that is going to happen in your house because you guys don't have cats, or if you do have cats, you might have 2 screws on the door and it's not going to make a difference anyway. I did put a screw in the door, so he doesn't do that anymore, but it is one noise that I had to deal with for the very longest time before I figured out what was happening. Nature. You can hear rain really well on tiny houses. I don't know if it's because of the metal roof or if it's because there is thinner, I don't know if they are built thinner than a regular house. I mean, they don't have brick, but they have wood, and it is very loud. You guys can check it out right here. It is so loud that Whisper goes to hide every single time because of the little pitter-patters on the house. She cannot stand it. I don't know if she thinks it's going to get to her, but she runs and she will hide behind my bed, or she will hide behind my clothes downstairs. So whenever she starts to hear the little pitter patter, it's not good for her. This might happen every single time it rains, but I'm really hoping she gets used to it. Not only rain, but you can hear wind. Wind is actually different than rain because the pitter patters is a different sound than when the wind actually shakes your whole house and things on it start to creak. You guys can hear that right here. And you can also feel the house moving. So whenever you have a high wind, I don't know wherever you guys stay, if you guys want to tie your houses down, or maybe you take the wheels off and put it on foundation, that might help with the wind and the shaking of the house. But mine is on wheels right now, which I can hear it creaking, and whenever the wind is really, really harsh, I can totally feel it. So it is really windy, like 50 miles per hour wind, and there is a grate thing on the back of this on the outside, and that's what you're hearing. So that's kind of noisy in the house when it's windy. This whole house is shaking. It's all I'm hearing when I'm upstairs is this rattling, all the wind against the house and shaking it. One of the most annoying sounds that I have heard while living in this tiny house, and again, not all of you are going to experience this because of certain situations, but when I first moved to this campground, I parked over by a park. There were tons of kids at the park all the time, and when I had my windows open, that is all you could hear was kids at the park, and it was so annoying. I'm so glad I moved my spot because now I don't hear these screams and it was just not cool. It was just annoying. So check it out right here. Oh my God, I just can't. I can't. And I'm so glad I moved. Yeah, can't do it. So that is kids at a playground, and I guess if you are on your own land, then there might not be so many kids, but I am in a campground, so it is understandable, and I did park by a park, so now that I'm not there, thank goodness, I do not hear those kids anymore. Speaking of noises within the campground without outside, when you have your windows open, you can hear when people are working on their cars, on their sheds, on their houses. You can hear power tools. They're so loud. They ricochet off the other campers and it echoes, so it's very loud. So yeah, check that out here. Sometimes I use these noises as white noise as well, so as I'm listening to it, I kind of just block it out, almost like it's an extra noise in the background. So, and you hear hammers, saws, tools, and it's crazy. It's so loud, and that's in my space now, and that's okay because I'm fine with that because I'm sure I've done it too. But when you have windows open and you're in an area where people are fixing things, that is going to happen. So yeah. Last but not least, I will end this tiny house noise video with nature. It is very peaceful also when you're living in a tiny house and you have all the windows open and there's the breeze coming in and you can hear the birds and the insects outside, and it's really nice to sleep at night with the windows open because you can hear the crickets and stuff, and it's just very peaceful and nature-like. There was a lot more noises than I thought I was going to have in this video. At first, I only had about 5 or 6 noises until I was sitting there working one day and I start hearing all these other noises. So I had to add them to the video too. So hope this gives you an idea of what kind of noises that you will hear in your tiny house, including if you have pets, especially cats. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button below and click the notifications bell so you can receive a notification every time I post a new video, which is every Sunday. Thanks so much for watching, guys. See you in the next video. A lot of my noises have to do with my 3 cats. So when I had my mini split, no, it is very loud, so guys, blah. And what you can do about them and all of that. No, don't put that.